What's the next question?
Let you get it, bro.
Wait, no. Wait.
I just read that shit.
Yeah, he just read one. It's your turn. Now you got to do the next one.
All right. Do Africans think they're better than African Americans?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That's all we got to say is
yes.
hell yeah. Y'all think we are trash.
Yes.
Bro.
Especially me. I get it the worst. Like y'all don't fuck. I know y'all don't fuck with them because they're not as black as you, but like y'all really hate me. I didn't do shit. I mean shit. I be trying to support y'all. I be going to the lady, get my hair did. The lady to be doing my hair, she be fucking with me. The niggas cooking food for me. They be fucking with me too. You feel me?
Yeah. I think it's a difference between. I think the Africans that don't fuck with us the absolute most are the second generation Africans that come over here. Like your parents moved over here from Africa and they had you when you was born here. So a lot of times niggas be feeling like they superior because you got dual citizenship or you know you're more cultured or whatever. But this is the thing about that shit, right? The reason that y'all niggas aren't better is because y'all emulate everything that Black Americans do.
That's real.
Our culture, all that shit, bro.
That's
musically,
real.
You dress like us. So all that, it don't really make sense, bro. But I could honestly say, especially like living in North Carolina, because in Detroit, we ain't really have a lot of Africans. I ain't interact with as many Africans until I got down here. And the ones that I did interact with, it was always that sense of superiority over Black Americans, as if it's like, my nigga, your ancestors didn't miss the boat ride, my nigga.
Yeah,
that's all it come down to. So
they act white.
For you to act like
for
you to act like because I was born here and you actually from the motherland and you full blooded or whatever the case is. That's you don't have control over that shit, my nigga. Relax.
Africans have fine ass women, but that's another thing. Even their women are just very like bougie and just like real like, ugh, why are you talking to me, nigga? Like it's a African club downtown, and all the Africans that be in there, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't go out.
Well, it's an African club. I forgot what it's called, but that bitch be rocking.
Yeah,
and all the Africans in there just act all bougie and kind of like they can tell that you're not African.
Yeah, they definitely the community small.
Yeah,
they all fuck with each other. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some cool ass Africans. I got a couple African friends. They mad cool. They put me onto their culture, their food, all that.
Shout out to my nigga Mama do.
Yeah, shout out to Henrietta and Clevie. Feel me? It's a few other people that I ain't get to name, but I think for the most part they do, bro. They do think they better. Yeah,
but look, let me tell y'all something. Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and when I say this, I'm saying this to any African person that doesn't like African Americans. I say this to any darker skinned Dominican people. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying this to Puerto Ricans. Pretty much anyone who is darker of skin. If you exist in America, you're still a nigga. You can look at us different all you want to, and you can treat us whatever way you want to. But at the end of the day, the white people still hate you the same way they hate us. Oftentimes, they hate y'all more than they hate us because we was born here. We didn't have no choice. Y'all came over here. So they're not only mad that you're not white, they're mad that you migrated over here because they don't want y'all migrating over here. I don't know who the fuck needed to hear this shit, but the whites do not want y'all over here. They do not want nobody coming and encroaching on the territory that they have already encroached on.
I don't agree with the still a nigga part. I'm just going to say you're still an outsider. You're still, to white people, still an outsider. You saying as far as like someone having black skin or any skin that's like not white?
No, pretty much just saying like if you my complexion or darker.
Okay. So
according
Mexicans,
to white America,
Mexicans,
I mean,
Indians, everything.
but
because darker than you and darker is going to be Mexicans, Indians, and everything.
If the police pull you over, they ain't going to give a fuck if you from Durham, Detroit, Zambia, Dominican Republic. They're not going to give a fuck. They're not going to give a fuck. You're at the end of you're a number one male. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. All I know is this, bro. I had when I worked at the gas station, bro, I was the only black American that worked in there. all my other coworkers was African. Manager was African, coworkers was African. And one of them, I think he was Nigerian. Nigga named Tunde. He said the most outrageous shit I ever heard in my life. This nigga said Black Americans should be thankful for slavery because if it wasn't for slavery, we wouldn't be over here. We wouldn't know how to read. And it's like, bro, if it wasn't for slavery, if it wasn't for slavery, nigga, we would be in Africa. We wouldn't have had our culture stripped from us. You know?
Well, historically speaking, they didn't go to Africa and steal people. The people that they bought people, they were already slaves.
Well, they were being sold for sure.
Yeah, they were already slaves. So realistically speaking, there's no telling what the fuck would have happened. That's one way or the other, every African American is a descendant of someone who was going to be a slave, whether in America or in Africa. They were still slaves.
Right. But at the same time, my rebuttal to that is, although slavery has always existed, slavery in the Americas, there's never been a form of slavery as brutal or with as long-lasting effects. American chattel slavery literally shifted the landscape of mankind as we know it.
Absolutely.
Slavery everywhere else, it was there, it existed, and it was kind of like how society was built. It's like, I go to war with you, we win, we take you as slaves, and your women as war brides. That was like just kind of the custom of it.
I got an unpopular opinion to get me fucking canceled right now, though. Here you go. Shaking your head and shit.
I mean, shit, if we gotta cut it, we gotta cut it. Fuck it.
Okay, I know slavery and everything that they did to demean us is wrong, right? Okay. Even not just us, but other races as well, like Mexicans, whatever, Jewish people. But how long are we going to dwell on this shit? Not dwell on it, but how long are we going to continue to talk about it and that be like a go-to thing? Like, fuck it. We know white people don't fuck with us.
Forever.
I
will never let them forget.
You have to talk about it.
I don't want to let them forget.
You have to talk about it.
You got to talk about it.
You have to talk about it for as long as the effects are present. But
my problem is, us as niggas, we use that shit for a lot of things.
Don't get me wrong.
That's more victim mentality.
That's a victim mentality.
And I feel like that more so has something to do with the overall culture itself. Yeah. Because and I agree with that, right? Because a lot of a lot of proactive Black folks, a lot of pro Black folks like to say shit like, we can't. Well, when you say that we as Black folks have developed a victim mentality, they like to go into why you can't have a victim mentality as a Black person, and why this victim mentality is exactly what, this system.
That's what I was going into.
And it's just like, bruh, at the end of the day, it's 2020 fucking 3, bruh. Like we all know there is a system in place to combat us and our, advancement as people. If at this point in time, you don't take the time to educate yourself and understand that arming yourself with a victim mentality is only going to lead you down a path of sorrow.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We need to let that shit go, because a lot of people are using this whole whites holding us down thing. I feel it. I feel it. Fuck a cracker. But
because they still try to.
At the same time, like, that can't be your fucking go-to excuse for everything. You got to put your big boy boots on.
This is my thing, right? The reason I say we have to. The reason I say that we have to acknowledge it as long as the effects are present is because until the day that I can walk into a bank with the same credit score as a white person and get an approval for a loan of the same amount, then it has to be addressed, because we were put behind the 8-ball because of that. We built the country for free.
Exactly.
This country was built on the free labor on the backs of stolen people. That's what it comes down to. So and the thing is, it's like, if we're going to brush over slavery, then we have to brush over the Holocaust. We have to brush over 9/11. We have to be consistent with all of that shit, bro.
I feel that, but see, and that's why I included the Jewish people, because I understand that was a huge hit for Jewish people.
Them niggas is the ultimate victims.
That wasn't that long ago. It was long ago, but it wasn't that long ago. It was in the 1940s and 30s, right?
Yeah.
Less than 100 years.
That's 100 years, but at the same time, it's 19. My grandma was born in the 40s. So it's like, damn. But at the same time, I get you want, everything that you're owed and everything, but we can't keep using that. We can't keep using the white people hate us as an excuse.
No, you can't. You can't. It's a difference.
An excuse for you not to be shit in life.
It's a difference between knowing your history because of when you have a better idea of where you're going when you know what you come from.
Right.
So it's a difference between arming yourself with that information so you can be aware and be knowledgeable versus just regurgitating some shit you heard from a nigga on the street corner or whatever, and just like, the white man's holding us down. It's just like, well, shit, nigga, the white man has been holding us down for the longest, but
what are you doing?
Our ancestors was doing more with less rights.
Exactly. And that's my main point.
Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, like our ancestors, our ancestors were doing far more with less access to education, resources, all that, bro.
But at the same time,
we was coming up in a time where a nigga couldn't even walk in through the front of a restaurant, bro.
But at the same time, right? Okay, now I'm not gonna disagree with anything you say. Well, anything that you said, but right back then, the everything was just so different.
It was different.
It was so different that it's like it's really incomparable. You can't even, because at the end of the day, right? They had less access to shit, but it was also so much easier to do shit. Like a house. You could get a house for $5,000. Now $5,000. Now $5,000 got you a lot farther back then.
Yeah.
However, you got more with that value. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you were to take if you were to account for inflation, right? You take $5,000 back in, like, let's say the 50s, right? And then you translate it into 2023, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna get less with that money now. Even though it's more money, you get way less with it. So just all of the factors, societal factors, just the way people maneuver now. I don't know. I feel like everything is just so different.
No, it's for sure different. But my point, and this is another thing, right? Because a lot of people like racial segregation that was one of the main things that our people fought for, which I'm grateful for because we went through a lot for that. But if we keep it in the band, bro, integration was one of the worst things that could have happened to Black people because before that we had thriving Black towns. There's more than one Black Wall Street. There's a Black Wall Street here in Durham. Mm-hmm. And they built 147 through that shit. They built Highway 147 right through the Black Wall Street. So, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, that shit got bombed.
Tulsa, Oklahoma is the worst place.
It was a Black Wall Street in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That got bombed. So, while I do agree that I lost my train of thought, but I get what you're saying, though, man. But my point is, man, when we had more odds against us, bro, when sundown towns was the thing, where you couldn't be caught in a certain part of town after sundown or you got lynched, we was making shit happen. So we got more access to more resources now. We got education. You can go to school. So, bro, shut the fuck up with all that crying and shit, bro.
I don't know. I think back in them days, that sundown town, I would have had F40 on me.
Sundown town still exists.
You might have had a slingshot.
A slingshot. If they can get a gun, we can get a gun.
Niggas could get guns back then.
They can get them, but it's way harder.
It was definitely way harder.
They ain't finna just put me in that truck.
Either way,
man.
So what's your name again? IG at Yummy Sorrows. Is Jada Pinkett Smith a narcissist or is she just a victim of a controlling husband? I'm not gonna call out your misspelling of this. You